Hello, Gemini. Thank you for tuning in. This is the love portion. For the main tarot read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot by Paul Foster Case and Arthur Edward Waite. For the oracle cards, I'm using the Romance Angel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. I only pull these out as necessary. I don't force them out. If they come, they come. If they don't, they don't. First half is going to be for couples. Second half is going to be for singles. Alright, I was going to pick those up, but then I got to know with that, so we're going to let it be. This is interesting. What's going on here? Alright, so, Gemini. Oddly enough, I think right now, with the situation, you're putting in a bit of work. And you're very dedicated to that. I got the Page of Pentacles, and I've got the Seven of Pentacles. This is where this is what you're currently experiencing in the relationship. You're putting in the effort. Yes. This one is what's holding it back. Ironically, it's the effort you're putting in that isn't working out. Interesting. All right. Now, this is what's holding them back. They're not really wanting what you're doing. I feel like you're giving a lot, but they're not responding, or they're not, whatever is going on, however you're doing things, is it how you're doing things? It's the methods you're using, it's not working for them. Now, I feel like this might take a moment, because I feel like you have to step back and think about well, why isn't this working? Because I'm putting in all this effort and they're not really responding. I feel like it's the way it's going up. I feel like they want control. They want more control. You have the King of Rods, but I feel like the King of Rods is they want more control. I don't feel like they have it. I feel like they want it. Okay. Now, when that's said, I feel like this is nothing new. I don't think you'd be surprised to know that they want control. I don't think you'd be surprised to realize that that's why your efforts are kind of falling flat, because they want to change direction, or they want to move things their own way. So if this is hitting for you, I feel like this is just yeah, that sounds about right. I feel like it feels a little unfair that you've been putting in all this effort, and that they just want to take back control and move in a different direction. I get the Page of Swords here. I feel like you communicate a little bit about how you feel about that, but I do feel like you're also giving. I feel like you're giving in to them, and that makes them happy. 10 of Cups. I feel like they get their way. Alright, so this is for this time frame, for this situation. This kind of closes you down a little bit, because I don't feel like you're liking that as much. It's kind of I feel like it's kind of this isn't fair. I'm putting in the effort. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to do what needs to be done. And just because it's not your way, you're not happy with it. But I feel like you're kind of holding that back to yourself, that's how you're feeling. You're not completely holding it back, but you are. When you do put it forward, it might be in a half-heartedly, maybe passive-aggressive way. Okay, so you do put it out there a little bit, but you're not giving exactly the oomph behind it the same way you're feeling it. You're not defining it. You're just showing you're a little you're showing you're a little unhappy, but you're not defining exactly why. Okay. I feel like this other person too, because I almost feel like they're trying to get your goat a little bit. I feel like they like to poke the bear. And I'm saying that because In their spiritual sense, they got the Three of Pentacles, but what's masking that, or it's masking the Five of Rods. Like I feel like they're trying to cause like, they're just trying to start a little fight. They're trying to get a little passion going, in their opinion. I almost wonder. I almost feel like it's kind of like a little Aquarian feel there, which it's a general read, so that's not going to be for everybody. But it's kind of like the just stirring the pot type feel to it. Just want to get things going a little. And I feel like you're communicating a little bit, but I also kind of feel like you're recognizing this and you're just like, I don't want to play. Fine, let's just do it your way. I don't want to play. Whatever. And you're a little annoyed with it, though. You're just kind of like, really? You have to mess with me? Like, seriously? Because I feel like you're looking at it that way. Like, you're doing what needs to be done. You're holding up your side, but they're not happy because it's just it's working out too well, almost. I swear that almost feels like the reason why. Everything is calm and nice and going well, and it's just too peaceful for them. And they want to pull a little more control, so they try to push things around a bit, and they just want to take control and move things around a little bit, and then they do. And you put back a little resistance, you kind of communicate how you feel about that, but it's not like a sparring argument. You're just kind of saying, I don't think that was right. Not for nothing, you can be a little nicer to me. And they're just kind of pushing it back. Well, it works better this way, and I feel like they're constantly trying to poke the bear, and you're just not really playing into it. But you push back a little bit, but not enough to really show how much it's really bothering you. And it just kind of moves forward. I feel like they get their way and they're happy, and you're just like, fine, be happy, whatever. It's not worth getting upset about, and I'm not gonna. It's a little like, it's. But it's also an interesting, one of the reasons you kind of back off and let it be, because I feel like to you it's like, whatever, you want to do it a different way, then let's do it a different way. And I feel like the love is there. You don't doubt that this other person loves you. It's just like I don't know, it's a little mental game, and I don't feel like it really even bothers you that much. It's just kind of like, I was doing so well, and you had to throw things around, but whatever, I can move, I'm very flexible. It doesn't really matter. You're just being you. Whatever. And I feel like you're feeling the love. Like, I feel like you guys are still getting... Like, the love is there, though. And the happy home life is still there, even though this is a little interesting. I feel like you have a lot... You're very happy. You got the star. Like, the star below you means this is where your thoughts are. Like, you're feeling like things are fine. It's just a little... It's no big deal. They're just being them. I feel like you're used to it. And everything is fine. Like, there's nothing wrong. It's just like a little bit of a little... I don't know if even... Like the other person was just trying to cause a little spat, and you're just like, here, whatever. Whatever you want to do is fine. I don't know how to explain this. This is interesting, because I feel like things are fine. The other person's just a little bored, so they try to... throw a little monkey wrench in it, and you're just like, yeah, here's your monkey wrench back, we can change things. Like, they throw the monkey wrench in the machine, and you're just like, yeah, here's your wrench. That was fun. Whatever. Let's do what you want to do. It's fine. And I feel like you're happy. Like, I don't feel like it bothers you. Like, I feel like some people this would really aggravate them, but not. I don't feel like it does aggravate you that much if this is hitting for you. And you're happy. You're just... The hope card down here, the star, I almost feel like you're like, all right, your turn will come. I'll get you. I feel like I almost feel like this might be a game, like between the two of you in this relationship. This might be a game you kind of play back and forth with each other. You just might mess with each other every now and then. You might be a little more settled than they are, but you get your licks in when you want to. Okay. And you're just like, that's okay. I'll have my moment too. You'll see. I don't feel like this is really that bad for you, though. You wouldn't see this as bad if this is hitting for you. I think this is just normal for your relationship, and you're just like, okay. Interesting. I just feel like I can feel like a lot of other signs would be not as accommodating as you are, not as cool with this as you are, but I feel like you're fine with it. Okay. I feel like now I'm also going to beat this to death because I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over. Alright, so that's the relationship portion. I feel like it's status quo on that. I really do. I don't feel like you'd be shocked with any of it. I really just don't. If it's hitting for you, I don't think you'd be shocked with any of it. Now for single Gemini. What do we got for single Gemini? Shuffle all those, but the top ones want to be. Okay. So single Gemini, another double card going on there. What's going on? And that's trying to roll this, that, other thing. Now. Okay, so we are going to get some Oracle cards, at least one, from what I can tell, unless they're just faking me out. So, I want to know where we're starting with this, and so where you're standing, where you're standing, the card that popped out is the Devil card, and the Forgiving and Learning is also here. So I feel like you might have made some missteps. Made a few missteps. You've been a little out there with love. You've been very... I feel like you might have moved forward on something quicker than you wanted to, or quicker than should have been. You might have got involved in something that you're kind of looking at, and you're like... I feel like in your own way, like, I feel like you're judging this yourself. You're thinking that this was a bad idea, or this isn't... Maybe in the sense of not right. But this I feel like this is how you're viewing it. And you're thinking this is just not the right idea, but you're kind of going forward with it at the moment. Kind of caught up in it. You got the Moon with the Ten of Swords for where the central issue is. Excuse me. I feel like it's moon glow. Like you're just kind of doughy-eyed. Like moon for you in this situation, like moon glow, like doughy-eyed. Like, woo. Very much caught up in the moment. But also the Ten of Swords right there says it's just gonna fall flat. Like I feel like you're caught right up in it, caught up in the passion or something, but you're like this is not gonna work out for me. This is not gonna go well. Temporary. I feel like somebody's got your attention, and you really feel it's a bad idea, and I feel like everything is telling you, and you're even agreeing with it. Like this is a bad idea. This is not going to work out. This is a game, almost like it's a game more than anything else. Like it's not going to work out. At the very least, it's just a game for the other person. I feel like you might be in that little game mode. It's the moon glow. I feel like it's not lasting very long, and you just go for the quick win. But you're not. But when the Four of Rods is behind it for you, you go for the quick win, but you're not changing anything in your life. Like you're not looking to add anybody to your life. I feel like you go for the quick win. It's like a quick win. It might be a one-night stand type thing. Just a momentary in and out. But somehow you feel like this was a bad idea because it's a quick win, but it's someone who's connected to your life. And you're just kind of like, I know this is a bad idea, but hey, I'm going with the moment. And I think because of this, somebody cut you out of their life. Yeah. Oddly enough, the Ace of Swords, I'm getting like this motion with it. Like this is changing things for you. Is it this way? So for this, I think they're cutting you out of their life. I think that's supposed to be upside down, isn't it? Due to that, I think this is supposed to be upside down. Because I have it, even right side up, I still get they're cutting you out of your life. They're cutting you out of their life. They're cutting you out of your life. Yeah, right. They're cutting you out of their life. I feel like there's harsh words in the future about this. I'm getting the same thing with. I get the cutting of ties here. I'm getting like the same thing with. I think he stays right side up though because he's more active. Like the other person, whoever the other person is, they're like somebody else is making this decision, and they're coming towards you, and they're like, you're just out, dude." Like I feel like that's how it's coming. Like they're like, "Nope, nope, nope, nope." But I still feel like you know this. I feel like going into this. This for some of you, like I'm seeing the world where this is starting. This is a ship that sailed long ago. Like this was like not an option long ago. This has been a while. You might have wanted to, but you knew it wasn't an option. You knew it was never going to go anywhere, and you just stepped away from it. But the other person, fairly recently, kind of gave the nod, like they'd be open to something. And I feel like just the right moment hits, and you go for the quick win, even though you know this ship has sailed, it's not going anywhere. The moon glow, I feel like you go for something that... The moon glow makes me feel like you normally wouldn't do this. You normally would say no. You normally would walk away. But the moon glow type feel here, you just kind of... Whatever, the mood hits you just right. And even though you have... Inside your head you're going, this is a bad idea! You do it anyway. And I feel like that's the ending of this person in your life. Like, even though the ship had sailed, like, for any possibility for a relationship in the past... This is kind of like ending this connection with this person. And you're moving on. I feel like this is, oddly enough, like, this gets you to move into a different direction in life. When it comes to, like, partnerships. I feel like somehow this person has been affecting you in a certain way. No? You're going in a different direction after this. Yes. Alright, so we're not going that direction. They haven't affected you before. Well, they haven't been, like, steering your ship or anything like that. No. But when this change happens, I do feel like you're moving in a direction. Like, something about this situation, it causes you to rethink about what you want to do. And I feel like you want to take things in a different direction after this. After this whole situation, you want to take things in a different direction. I have to be honest, when I see the King of Pentacles, or the Knight of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like you're going for a relationship that's more financially stable, more emotionally stable. You may have before this been more attracted to the flashy, to the quick talker. Now, I feel like I'm going to say this, because I don't think it's fair to say, but I feel like this is how you would view it. You're going to go for the more boring person, and you would consider them more boring. I'm not saying they are boring. I think feeling, compared to what you normally go for, the person you're headed towards next is more of a boring person in your opinion. You're used to the more flashy, the more chatty chat, and you're going for the more sedate, more emotionally, more financially dependable person is what you're going towards. Like the people in the past were a lot different from what you're going for next. But this situation and this flash in the pan type thing, this moon glow situation, I feel like you kind of feel like you got burned a little bit, and I don't feel like you're looking at it like you're completely innocent with the situation. But you're also like kind of looking at it a little objectively, like, you know what, it takes two to do this, and I was only half of the two. So it feels like the repercussions are a little bit severe. And I feel like you're deciding you're going to change, you're going to go for somebody a little more boring in your opinion, to find something a little more stable, a little bit more dependable, because you want to see, just it's kind of one of those things like just to try it out. Maybe it fits me better than I think it does. Maybe I just need to give it a shot. You might have somebody in mind for that. I mean, I know it's a general read, but you might have somebody in mind that is interested in you, but you've kind of always thought, well, they're kind of on the boring side. I think I'd fall asleep before dinner if I had actually ended up in a relationship with them. But now you're like, you know what? Due to this situation, like I have to at least give this other one a shot because you know what? It might be better than I think it is. Okay, so I feel like this whole situation going on right now, this whole moon glow, I feel like the whole purpose is to give that other person, I feel like it's person in most of your cases, this person a shot. If not, it's because you're going to look for somebody that's kind of a little bit more boring in your opinion. And that's, again, I feel like I need to say they're not, I don't feel like they really are boring, but to you, you would think of them as boring. Yes, and you want to try out this other mode just to see, maybe it fits better than you think, that type of thing, and you got to figure it out for yourself. But this is why you're going to try that. Okay. All right, I think that sums it up for the singles. All right. Thank you for watching. If you would like a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.